Hey, you YouTubers. Checking in with you from Portland, Maine. Wicked nice day today. Hey, so I'm a Volvo enthusiast, and I just had a situation that might help you out and might save you a ton of money, which is what YouTube is all about. Awesome. Basically, I was driving along and I had my instrument panel totally light up with cautions, warnings, etc., etc. I have a Think Car scan tool, and it suggested kind of led towards the alternator, saying there was a low voltage or something along those lines or whatever. So I was absolutely thinking, oh yeah, that's definitely an alternator. But I did charge the battery. It was dead that morning, so I didn't know I maybe had a parasitic drain. I was like, oh, good grief, here we go. So I charged the battery, and but what it actually ended up being, I was all set. I did some videos on the alternator, which is a bit of a pain because you have to get under the air intake, and it's got a different kind of setup system there. That a common fault with the what I have is an '08 Volvo XC70, by the way, and that alternator has what's common fault on them is a bolt can come loose, and you can reach down in the see the belt down through the intake, and they suggest you just try to move it, and if it doesn't move, then the bolt's probably okay. But anyway, I absolutely was thinking I was going to have to do the alternator. But so let me show you. I'm going to reverse the camera and I'll show you what it actually ended up. Okay, so yeah, it was actually affiliated with the battery. I found you'd never take it for granted, and I'm just saying this worked for me. I was close to buying the alternator, but basically, just the connection for the positive. Mine happened to be the positive. I guess it could be the negative as well. But I just cranked it tighter. I could not a lot of movement, but I could get some. It was moving on the post, so it didn't like that. But what I also did to make sure, and I think it might have influenced it as well, was under here on the positive. If I can get the cover off. Basically, it's a layered connector, and I separated them. These two here, there's like, that's a strap, and then there's another strap underneath that. So bottom line is I took all of that off here, kind of sanded it down, and there was some like corrosive powder or something that I think may have been affecting the current flow. And that's worked for me. It's like, it wasn't the alternator. So I highly encourage you to just make sure the common or obvious situation that I really was surprised. Luckily for me, it was just simply tight cranking down the battery connection post, as well as cleaning up the multi-plated positive side. So anyway, I don't know, just it's worth a shot. Obviously, take it easy. Don't assume the worst, I guess, is that's an easy check, just to eliminate the easy stuff and the cheap stuff, which is what it's all about. All right, well, check it out from Portland, Maine. Have a good one. Yes, sir.